Ranganathan.
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I'd like to make three very brief points. Number one, clearly a mountain is being made out of a molehill, but there's nothing new because the first sledgehammer approach of the India alliance is to discredit the whole electoral process. And the irony is that they have won multiple states through the same electoral process, through the same EVM machines, but still they go on and on about it. Number one, yes, the fact remains that the Supreme Court has not brushed aside the plea. It has deliberated and resulted on a technicality. So yes, Sanjay is absolutely right. It has not deliberated on the merits of the case. Be that as it may, I do agree out here that it requires a very small technical feat, if you can call it that, to tally the voter turnout with the number of people who have pressed a button. Remember, I was not for 100% VVPAT because that would take days. Right now, there is a survey and there is a tally of VVPAT with the number of people who pressed the button. And that was after extensive deliberations with professors and departments of IIT Madras and Indian Statistical Institute, Chennai, cutting across party lines and governments. So I'm not for that. But here, a small technical improvement can actually give you the exact tally of the voter turnout vis-a-vis the number of people who press the button. I am sure going ahead, I think the Supreme Court, barring if I'm just missing something very big, the Supreme Court should adjudicate saying that, yes, this should be made public almost immediately. I fail to see why it is not made public immediately. But number two, this I want to comment on because this is a political point. All those people, Madhav, who've been saying democracy is in danger, are the purveyors of the emergency. But leave aside that. There was a man who was indicted by the Shah Commission for horrible excesses during the emergency. And it was declared that this man is unfit for any public office. The Congress made that man as the election commissioner, Mr. Naveen Chawla. During the time he was the election commissioner, the chief election commissioner wrote to the president saying that this man should be removed because he is a mole. Every time we hold a meeting, he excuses for a loo break and then calls some Congress leader, and I am given a phone call immediately saying, what are you doing? Don't do this or do this. The president ignored it. Well, she didn't because she made him the chief election commissioner. This is how the Congress compromised the CEC and EC offices. And these guys today are saying that the current EC and the CEC are compromised. How shameful can you be?
All right, would you like to respond to that question? Sumanth Raman, for all those who are raising questions about the current election commission, it is previous regimes that have compromised it,
Madhav,
says Dr. Ranganathan. Please respond to him.
Madhav, Madhav, let us look at it dispassionately and not from a political perspective. Let's assume that the Congress wrecked the election commission and all that, and they rigged the election commission using their CECs, whatever. Today we are in 2024. A free and fair election is what is the expectation of every Indian. In fact, I am amazed that those who support the BJP are against the disclosure of this. They should be able to say tomorrow, look, every single effort was made to make the election transparent and fair, and we still won. And they're not doing that. They're saying, why do we need to disclose it? They're saying they're going to win 400 seats. They're going to say win 350, whatever. Why should they be against the disclosure of this data? After all, it's not a national secret. I want to ask everybody watching this program to see the interviews given by former Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Qureshi. He says this data is available in real time. There is no reason why this should take 4 days or 10 days or 11 days. So what is going on? In fact, the question to him was, why is it taking so long? And he said, I have no clue. It should not take such a long time to put up this data. This data is coming into the EC in real time. And in fact, I remember he used the term, at the press of a button, this data is available. So I am not talking about it from a perspective of a political issue at all. As a citizen of this country, I think every individual, BJP supporter, Congress supporter, Samajwadi Party supporter, Aam Aadmi supporter, everyone wants the election to be free and fair.
Okay.
Not only to be free and fair, but to be seen to be free and fair.
There is no doubt. Sumanth Raman, there is no doubt in what you said. I think any sensible person will agree with you 100%. The only problem over here that the Election Commission appears to be citing is that there is some amount of delay in terms of them physically getting those EVMs into strong rooms, and that process takes a day or two. And following, one second, please allow me now also to speak, sir. You have spoken. Now let me just clarify on the point you made. Their version, and I don't hold a brief for either the Election Commission or anyone, but I'm just saying that their version is that it's a mammoth logistical exercise. It's the biggest movement of men and machinery in the entire world, where there are about, sir, one second, why?
By the former CEC.
Please don't heckle me on my own show, sir. Please allow me to speak.
That has been called out by their own.
See, now you are being undemocratic. You're not letting others speak. Please allow me to speak now. In a show on democracy, we should at least allow others to speak. But let me please bring in